someone in his future father-in-law that was craftier than even he. Now, Pastor, that's another story we won't get into today. You ever wonder what you inherit from your family? We know some of the characteristics of Jacob's grandfather Abraham and his father Isaac were also present in Jacob. Sometimes they had a little problem with the truth. They had a problem telling the truth because they were afraid, they were fearful for their own lives. And so we have to pay attention to those characteristics that somehow might be a part of our bloodline that we are predisposed to, that we have a choice to reject. There are other things that we inherit because of our bloodlines, that we really have nothing, there's nothing that we can do to stop them. My sister, Cynthia, she's the eldest. About 20 years ago, she was diagnosed with Graves' disease, which is a treatable disorder affecting the thyroid. She got it taken care of and moved on with her life with no problems. Most recently, her second daughter, CHERYL, who was carrying a baby, was having distress in her pregnancy, and so she ended up in the hospital to treat some of the symptoms of high blood pressure and other distress. And she was there for a few days. And the hospital personnel decided that it was in her best interest and the best interest of the baby to take the baby by C-section early. And so my great-nephew, Zane, was born at 27 weeks at 1 pound, 8 ounces. But my niece continued to have stress and remained in the hospital, and they found out that she indeed had the disease that her mother had been diagnosed with 20 years earlier. Graves' disease. And trying to stabilize the symptoms of that disease with medication. But you know what? They also noticed that little baby Zane also had Graves' disease. So this 1 pound, 8 ounce baby was the inherited a disease of his grandmother and his mother. So they're both being treated for that same thing that ran in their bloodline. We don't know what it is that we might inherit, that we have to pay attention to. There's some things that we can do nothing about, and some things we can do something about in respect to character. Let me just let you know that baby Zane is doing well.
Amen.
Got a report 2 days ago that he's now 3 pounds, 8 ounces. Amen.
Amen.
So continue to pray. If you'll pray with me for baby Zane. I've been rooting him on from long distance. He's in Arizona. You fall in love, don't we? With new life. And even those new lives that we haven't seen in person. But we inherit certain things. And we've been given the genetic material to be predisposed to certain traits and characteristics from generation to generation. I don't know what's in your family that you can do something about, but I do know that there's some things in my family that I don't want to carry forward to this life. This won't do a body good. So we can inherit some less than desirable qualities from generation to generation. Line came forward from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Whatever it is that we need to pay attention to ourselves, we need to learn to stop them in their tracks. Or do you hear me, church? So, we can understand why Jacob was concerned about his future, why he was fearful that he would not have a prosperous life, but was it worth swindling his brother to assure his position and prosperity and power would be favorable in the family and in the community? But if you're a robber, a liar, and a deceiver, and you steal your blessing, that blessing is not a good blessing. Because it's not intended for you. If you rob or steal something from someone that was meant for them, and we take it upon ourselves, we might have the position or the power or the perception of authority, but it really isn't ours. We're struggling and wrestling with it all of our lives, and others are struggling and wrestling with us to remind us that they believe that blessing wasn't meant for us. We have to be very mindful in our planning. Jesus tells us that a thief comes to kill, steal, and destroy. What are we going to do with the blessings that we have been given? Will we destroy, or will we build up? But we know that even a thief can be redeemed. Jacob was redeemed. He made things right. He came to the truth about who he was and tried to make things right with his brother. We know that the thief, even on the side of Jesus, was redeemed. One thief said to the other, "You know, we belong here." But the one in the center, he didn't do anything, and look, he is willing to make a place for us in his Father's house on this day. Even a thief can be redeemed. Because in Christ Jesus, that which seemed irrevocable can be transformed. That which seemed irreversible can be reversed in the glory of God's grace. That which seemed like it couldn't be undone will be made new. Somebody knows what I'm talking about this morning. When I was updating my will, my lawyer said to me that any changes or modifications to the will are codicils. That the original will remains intact. It does not go away. But a codicil edits the intention of the bearer mind. It reflects that the bearer has changed her mind. The history and context do not change, but through a codicil, the will is modified. God's codicil, church, is found in what we call the New Testament. God's provisions are expanded to us, those who have been excluded before. It wouldn't matter if you were born first or second or third or last. Through God's provision, God's holy codicil, we are all inheritors of God's grace. And that's the good news, church. person. Other versions would say, God shows no favoritism. God treats everyone the same. In God's eyes, all people are alike. No one is chosen over the other.
Amen.
God does not play favorites. God's blessings do not run out.
Amen.
Romans 2:11 also tells us that God does not show a favoritism. What a relief. We don't have to steal our blessing from anyone.
Amen.
For God's grace makes room for each of us. In God's kingdom, there is a place for each and every one of us.
Amen.
And we will discover in God's good time what our place is in His kingdom. So if we were to go to God and say, and ask like Esau, have you only one blessing, Father? Bless me too, Father. Our gracious, magnanimous, everlasting Father would have a different answer than Isaac. And the outcomes of our lives would be different because of it. When we wrestle with who we are in the face of God, our Father will say, child, I have many, many blessings for you. I will bless you over and over and over and over and over again. And I have a blessing for you and 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 even me. I have blessings of plenty for each of you. Now that's the good news. We don't have to go away sorrowful and angry. But God's blessings are enough for all of us. Because of Jesus, our inheritance has changed. It doesn't matter where we were ranked in birth order or our location in the world, if we were born in New Rochelle or Phoenix, Arizona, or south of the border. God's provisions are large enough for all of us. We don't have to scheme and plot and lie or withhold. God's provisions and God's heavenly currency are enough for all of us.
Amen.
For all of us. For all of us. For all of us. All of us. We know that's especially true if you do communion on first Sunday. Next week you might be taking it when that table is spread before you. It's not just a little piece of bread and a little cup of juice. It's God's provision for us, reminding us that we are from one body. We are one people. We are a people. And we share the same bloodline. The same blood is ours. May God make us really understand that. God bless you.